People have a humbling tactic for beautiful women.
They're energy vampires and they admire you. So you don't want to argue back because these people, they get a pleasure out of you being emotionally triggered from what they say to you, because that's the whole point. You need to stop being so reactive. You need to make them feel silly.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I'm Sapphire Love and I have my mic attached to my furry pen. Today's video is going to be about humbling tactics that people use on you. This can come from men and women, because with men, I feel like that's given. Men are going to humble you when they don't get what they want, when you don't give them what they want. That's just men. However, in my personal experience and from what I've heard from you guys so far, you've been humbled a lot by women, whether it's friends, family members, colleagues, just women close to you. People have a humbling tactic for beautiful women.
You need to understand the reason why. There's always a source to why someone is doing something. In terms of humbling, people often humble you because they feel threatened by your confidence or your presence. They feel insecure about something that they haven't cultivated yet, but they see in you. Humbling is actually admiration, but they don't know how to deal with that feeling and it comes out as negativity. So this is called projection. So why do people project? People project their insecurities onto you because you make them feel exposed. You expose their insecurities. So don't take it personal when they humble you. It just shows their insecurities, it shows their weakness, and also it shows your inner strength if people are trying to humble you. So don't take it personal. It says more about them than it does for you. There's a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt that I really love, and the quote goes, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." And I really love that quote. There's also another quote. It's an African proverb and it says, "The lion doesn't look back when the little dog is barking." If you view yourself as a lion, which I hope you do, when there's a little dog barking, don't look back. Like, don't bring yourself down to people that have a limited mind, to people that are insecure and feel inferior by you. Don't put yourself down when you are the lion. You're not the little dog. Then you identify the humbling tactics. So there's various forms of humbling tactics. So there's backhanded compliments, there's subtle criticism, and they will even make you doubt your work. They'll make you doubt yourself. These people will make you question who you are. Like, you will start doubting, am I doing the right thing? Is this for me? Or is it true? Look, it's their way of pulling you down to their level. And queens don't do that. Don't internalize their words. I don't even want to hear you doubt yourself. I don't even want to hear you question their words, because their words don't mean anything. I know it's easier said than done. I used to be someone that I would question what people would say about me all the time. And people had a lot to say about me. But then it gets to the point where you have to ask yourself, is this me? Is this who I am? And would I want to be in this person's shoes? Is this person where I want to be? You have to ask yourself that. You have to observe people, not take it in. You have to observe what they're saying. Don't take it in. You have to realize the reason why they attempt to humble you is so you forget who you are. They want to knock you down a few levels. You cannot internalize it because they already put you on this pedestal and they're saying these harsh words or subtle criticism to undermine you. And as soon as you internalize it, you're accepting it. See, the people that humble you have a low self-worth. The key is to not let their words penetrate your self-worth, because they lack self-worth and they want you to feel exactly how they feel. You need to strengthen your internal validation if you're struggling with other people's words. If you're struggling with external factors, whether it's your parents trying to humble you, your friends, in the workplace, you need to work on your internal validation. When I worked on my internal validation, honestly, it changed my life. You were born here alone and you're gonna die alone as well. So who best to validate you than yourself? What really helped me improve my internal validation is saying affirmations to yourself. You need to wake up every morning or every night until you believe it. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am enough. I deserve this. I am beautiful. I work hard for this. I am blessed. You say it every morning, every night, and say it until you believe it. I still say it to this day. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I don't do it every day, but I try my best. And especially when I have low moods, like low mood during the day, like, because not every day you're going to wake up feeling your best. So when I have low moods, or subconsciously, like, let's say I'm having a conversation with someone and they have limiting beliefs, or I'm watching something and they have limiting beliefs, I will listen to my affirmations after, just to remind myself, because it is proven, it rewires the neural pathways in your brain. So you will actually start to think differently. But if you don't do that, you will actually start to think negatively. You will start to believe it. So you have to make the effort and do the work to rewire your thought process and to not take it in. Another thing I do in moments like this is I love to ground myself. And an exercise I like to do is, okay, so basically close your eyes and then just imagine a protective light around you. And then I like to say my affirmations as well, why I imagine this protective light around me to ground myself. And it works. You're going to just imagine this shield of armor protecting you from their negativity. And why I love this exercise is because their words cannot harm you unless you let it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys an example. I had someone in my life and I finished this project and I was really, really excited about the project. And when I shared it to them, and I was so excited to share this project with them. And I'm someone where, like, I'm a private person. Like, I don't like to share everything with everyone. So if I'm sharing something that I find exciting to you, just know it's a big deal. So I shared this project to her, and guess what she said? It caught me by surprise. She was like, "Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, you're so lucky. Have you ever wondered if you never met this, and this person, you wouldn't be where you are?" Trying to basically, like, use style to be like, "Oh, isn't it funny how if you never met them, they wouldn't have helped you, they wouldn't have put you on to where you are now." So I was taken aback by this. And I was thinking about it. I'm not going to lie, at first, I was almost going to be like, you know what? Yeah. But then I was like, no, that's not true. I worked very, very hard for that project. I did my research. I did hours. You know, when you do hours of something, you master it. I did hours. It wasn't luck. I put in the work. I got up every morning and I did my thing. Her words were an attempt to humble me. She wanted to discredit me for my own work. She wanted me to have self-doubt for my own hard work. So looking back, I realized that it was her own jealousy trying to talk me out of my project. And you don't want to be around people like that. That moment just taught me to be careful of who I share things to. Even if they're your so-called friend, I don't care how close you are. Be careful who you share things with. Oh, I have another example of a guy I used to talk to. So I was just telling him my goals and my ambitions and kind of like telling him about how I want to help women. I just want to help people. I like helping people and I like talking to people, talking about things I'm passionate about. And then he was like, "Oh, that's very ambitious. I hope you're not setting yourself up for disappointment though. You're shooting quite high." When I heard that, I immediately knew, okay, this is an insecure man. When he said this, I was stunned to speak. But then I realized that he wanted me to feel small. And this is what people will do. They will have fake concern for you, okay? People have fake concern in attempt to humble you. Like, "Oh, are you sure you want to do that? Or are you, wow, you're setting that, that's quite ambitious." But it was really him projecting his insecurities on me. And that friend as well, it was really them to project their insecurities onto me. In those moments, I had two choices: to let those words plant doubt of seeds in my mind, or to use that doubt as fuel for my goals and to get where I want to be. And I use that as fuel. And so should you. But needless to say, some men and women will talk down on your dreams just because they're scared of your power. And it doesn't have to be just work ambitions. It could be anything that you believe in yourself, and then they will humble you. So over here is how you feel when they humble you, when they say certain things, keywords like "you don't deserve it." So over here we have the sad face, and then it's like doubt, luck, jealousy, criticism, sarcasm, dismissive, envy, belittling. You're gonna be sad. And then over here we have the happy face. This is like the good. This is how you should leave feeling. So you should be feeling self-belief, growth, strength, resilience, self-confidence, gratitude, empowerment, clarity. You should be over here. Okay, you should be here, not here. Okay, you should not be doubtful. Oh, look, I put luck here because luck to me is dismissive. Like, people put hard work into things, even if you're lucky.
you're not going to get anywhere without working, okay? So luck, doubt, jealous, criticism, like, why are we being critical now? Or we're just vibing, but now you're getting critical about my dream? What? You have to be careful who you share things with, because sometimes your dreams can be too big for a small mind. You doesn't have to be a dream. Your aura can be too big for a small mind and they'll still humble you. Like your face, your beauty can be too big for an insecure mind. So luck, jealousy, criticism, sarcasm. Okay, see, that depends, because I can be sarcastic, but there's a time and place. If you feel like someone being sarcastic on things like your beauty, your goals, they feel small. You make them feel small. So dismissive, if they're dismissing you, like let's say you're posting, you're doing well on social media, and then they're dismissing it, they're ignoring you, or they're just dismissing how you feel. No, it's not good. Envy, that's always belittling. Like if they're belittling you, they're trying to make you feel small, they're making like kiki jokes, like you know yourself, you know how you feel. So if they're trying to do all of this is how you're gonna be. This is how you're gonna be, okay? And you want to be over here. Also, sorry for this. I actually ordered a whiteboard. I ordered a whiteboard today, and it was meant to come. It said it was delivered. When I went to collect it, it wasn't there. But I'm just gonna order another one because they're saying that they can't give me a new one until like 5 days. So I'm just gonna order a new one for you girls. But yes, I hope you can view my illustrations, because I know these lines can be very distracting with my illustrations, but I know you girls are visual learners.
One way you're going to know someone's trying to attempt to trigger you is you're going to feel your fight or flight responses in your body. So when people humble you or attempt to humble you, it actually activates the amygdala part in your brain, which is responsible for flight or flight responses. So when people humble you, you're going to instantly feel the need to defend yourself, or you're going to feel insecure. So if you're in the presence of someone and you feel defensive, or you're starting to feel insecure, that's your brain's way of telling you that, oh, this person's trying to humble me, and either I need to fight or I need to flight. So that's when the animalistic nature and the primal nature of you comes out. You have to listen to your body. So how to resist humbling tactics? So I always recommend, instead of matching their energy, to be graceful but assertive. Because look, they're just trying to throw you off your game. And a confident woman, you know who you are. Like, it's not going to throw you off your game. You know who you are. So you don't need to get defensive, and you don't need to fight them and bite back, because more time they're energy vampires and they admire you. So you don't want to argue back, because these people, they get a pleasure out of you getting emotionally triggered from what they say to you, because that's the whole point. You need to stop being so reactive. You need to make them feel silly. I love making people feel silly. You think I'm going to argue back or start an argument because I peep the shade? No. And I will say something to you that you're going to be like, and then that's when they run away. That's when they go to their friends and be like, she's such a bitch. She's so mean. She's this, she's that, she's that. Girl, you know what you were doing. Or boy, you know what you were doing. You were trying to humble them. I peeped what you were doing and you didn't expect it. A confident woman knows her worth without needing to prove it. Like, I don't need to prove anything to you. In fact, my presence alone is enough. The aim here is to practice female stoicism, and I've been practicing this for a while now. I'm not gonna lie, it is hard. It is, but it does work. I feel like naturally I've kind of been a stoic person, but people will try you. So you need to use calm responses. So let's say you share something to someone about one of your goals or aspirations, and then they say, oh, I knew a friend that did that and it didn't go well. So you just respond calmly. Just be like, oh, I hear your experience, but I trust my judgment. Or, oh, that's nice. I hear your perspective, but I trust my judgment. Or if they're like, oh, you're going to wear that color, I'd be like, yeah, I love it. It looks great on me. Do you not like it? Do you not like it? Do you not like it? And then, and then watch how they're like, oh, no, I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, people think they're so slick. Like, well, let's say if you were to be like, why? Do you think there's something wrong with me? Do you think they'll just lie, and then they will make you look crazy. Like, you cannot be reactive. One thing about me, I peep what people do. I take notes and I act accordingly, and you need to do the same. So respond with grace, not defense. You always want to be in control. Don't let them control you. Like, sometimes people come to me, because I've heard this before. People will be surprised by my stoicism or my calmness. There was a guy that was trying to humble me. He tried to FaceTime me at night, and I don't do that. I didn't even like him. I only got his number because he wanted to get us food while we were doing something, and I had to give him my number so he can text me and be like, da da da, to get food. He calls me at night, and I'm like, oh, don't do that. He humbles me, and he's like, oh, relax. No one wants to call you anyways. Something along those lines, just trying to humble me and be like, oh, you're not even all that. Relax. I just want to talk. You're not even all that. Dude, you're calling me late at night. Anyways, I responded with grace. I did not respond with offense. So he was cursing me out. And then when I told my friend what he did, she was like, why didn't you just curse him out? Why didn't you? That's what he wanted. Like, why would I do that? Like, I feel like maybe if you're someone that you don't experience it all the time, you won't relate. But I'm someone where like I experience it all the time from men and women. So I'm not going to keep wasting my energy. I realize the power that I exude. So I need to be in control of that. It comes with the territory, and you need to take this with you too. It comes with the territory. You need to understand that people humble you. It's normal. I don't need to fight back on that guy that cursed me out. I don't care. All I need to do is say, block. That's it. Block. Block, block, block. And then I think I was just like, oh, that's really bad manners. I was just like, that's really bad manners. Da, da, da. And then I blocked him. You're not going to get the energy for me, especially with a man. You should not be giving them any of your energy if they're trying to humble you. Like, they will literally get sexual pleasure from that. So you need to not entertain them because they know what they're doing. You just not talk to them at all. And then for the women, yeah, you need to block them. I block people all the time because women do this all the time. They cross boundaries. They cross boundaries and think you're still going to be friends with them. No. If you say something shady to me, I know what you're doing. I don't need to go to you for confirmation. I have God and I have myself. I know when people are, it's an amazing gift that I have. Not everyone has this gift, but I have. I would even be the friend where people will come to me and be like, was she being shady? Was she being this? Was she being that? And I would like, yeah, she is, or no, she's not. So what happens to me, before I used to give people grace, now people know what they're doing because I don't do that. I don't do that. So when I see it, I block you. I'm not coming to you for a conversation. I'm not coming to you, hey babe, is this what you meant? No, because they're gonna lie. It's what they meant. Block, 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 block. You need to block these people out of your life because they don't like you. Stop tap dancing on stage for people that don't even want to see you perform. You cannot shrink yourself because they can't handle your full expression. So you want to shrink yourself because they can't handle you? I'm telling you now, the universe will bless you the more you are yourself. The universe will bless you the more you are yourself. I don't know what it is, but the more you live authentically in your path, you're just going to be in alignment and things are going to start getting put into place. And blessings are going to start coming your way. Before, I used to be around people that were threatened by me. Now I surround myself with people that encourage my growth, people that empower me. I don't surround myself with people that are threatened by me. You actually need to stay far away from these people. This is why I don't mind blocking. And let me tell you why. So it's actually scientifically proven. So I was watching this neuroscientist on a podcast, and he said your brain processes social rejection and belittling the same way your brain processes physical pain. So the same way your brain processes belittling and rejection, so especially social rejection, it feels the same as you being physically hurt. That's why people don't like to be isolated or ostracized. The part of the brain is called the anterior cingulate cortex, and that part of the brain basically like lights up when someone is trying to humble you because it's as if like it's pain. It's pain. So the anterior cortex is just lighten up, lighten up, lighten up. When they're humbling you, when they're judging you, when you feel small, it's making you feel pain. And then if you're around that too much, it's going to start feeling normal. And then you're going to rewire the neurons in your brain to believe that this type of talk is normal. So when you're around people that actually love you and encourage growth around you, you're going to think it's fake, or you're going to feel uncomfortable around genuine love because you've been around negativity for so long that your brain thinks, oh, this is normal to me now. So when you don't have that, your brain thinks, oh, this is not normal. You won't even be able to believe in yourself because you're going to be like, oh, this is not normal. I don't feel comfortable saying I deserve this. I don't feel comfortable saying I am enough. So you need to stay away from them. And you need to do your affirmations just to rewire your brain. You may not be able to control your first thought, but you can control your second thought. So let's say you have a first thought pops in your head. Oh, today's going to be such a bad day. I feel so tired waking up. Instead, change your second thought. Okay, that was really negative. Instead, let me just try something firstly. Let me see if I can just go to the gym. Go to the gym, and that will be a good day for me. You know what I mean? Like, change it up. Like, you have to reparent yourself. You have to parent your brain. But because we now know that it's a natural brain response when someone tries to humble you, next time you won't feel as defensive. Like, you're just going to know, okay, this is a natural response. It's not a threat to your identity. It's just a natural response. Your brain is having the fight or flight mode right now. And you're like, what do I do? Look, you're still you. It's not an attack on your identity. Just keep shining. So it also allows you to distance yourself emotionally from their words and their actions, because I feel like sometimes us women, we can just be so emotional and be like attached to what they said. What did they say? But why did they say it like that? But what does she mean by that? Better move on. You already know what they meant by that. So the more you distance yourself from it emotionally, the less you're going to attach to the words, and the less you're going to internalize it, and the more you're going to believe in yourself, and the more you're going to realize that, oh, it's just a projection. I'm just a mirror, and I shine a light onto their darkness. I shine a light onto their shadow side. Another thing I would recommend is mindfulness or meditation. And I know, but look, it works. So when someone's trying to undermine you, and you feel, if you're someone like, you may be a bit reactive, you're going to say something, especially if it's like to a family member. Practice mindfulness. This is proven to keep you calm and collected when someone tries it to you. Okay, you're going to be calm and collected. Like, if you can sit alone in silence, close your eyes I started with 5 minutes a day. Like, and I know that's really small, but you have to start somewhere. I started with 5 minutes a day, and now I can do 20 minutes. So I started with 5 minutes a day every morning and every night. 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes. Not every, sometimes I don't do it every night, but every morning I do try. I have noticed that, like, the thing with meditation is you don't see the results until you're faced with something that you're going to show the evidence of your meditation. I have been like, whoa, I've been so calm. I went to visit my family, and they're like, oh my God, you're so calm. Like, who's this? Like, you're so calm and collected. And it's like, wow, okay, the meditation is working. And when people do try it to my face, I laugh in my head. I don't even react anymore. Like, I'm so different now in how I react to things. And the more and more you keep doing it, you're going to rewire the neuroplasticity in your brain. So the brain is moldable, right? So the more you do this, you're going to rewire your brain to always think positively. And you're going to rewire your brain to be like, oh, okay, they're saying this because of that. Okay, they're doing this because of this and this and this and this. Each time you respond gracefully but assertive, or you just don't respond. Like, sometimes it's best to not even respond at all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes I don't even be giving you the time of day. Sometimes it's best to not even respond. Like, there's a lot of times I don't respond to people. They don't even deserve a response. Like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore you for that. So you're gonna train yourself to respond that way the next time, and the next time, and the next time, and the next time. Yeah, it's gonna be hard at first, but like I said, the brain is just gonna rewire your brain. Also, fun fact, so I was watching this podcast, and they said that the brain has mirror neurons. So let's say for me, people would be jealous of my confidence at the time. And mind you, my confidence at the time was not even my confidence now, but they were jealous of my confidence and my strength. So what these mirror neurons do is, subconsciously, the people trying to humble you are mirroring you. So they're mirroring your energy. And what they don't know is that their mirror neurons are reacting to your confidence and your strength because they don't have it in themselves. So if they're seeing that you're humble, you're confident, or what, or yada, 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 because they don't have that in themselves, and it's like a mirror, they're trying to mirror your energy. It's like, oh, you're confident, but I can't be confident back. Oh, what's the best thing I can do? Humble you, because I don't have that trait in myself, and I feel inferior now. So I need to put you down. If it's your beauty, people will try and put you down because you're beautiful. Like, oh, and immediately, with beauty, I feel like it's number one, because it's the first thing you see when when someone sees you. And the next you know, it's like a humbling thing. And I'm sure a lot of beautiful women watching me can relate to this. You just meet someone for the first time, and then it's like, that's the first thing that comes out of your mouth. And because they don't view themselves as that. So when they see you, they're trying to match your energy, and they're like, oh, I don't have this. So now I have to put her down and make her feel how I feel inside. But yeah, my loves, that's the end of this video. I hope you leave this video learning why they humble you, how they humble you, and how to resist it, and how to stay grounded and protected from their humbling. Okay? So see you in the next one. Take care.